Hey YouTube world, harvest is plenty. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up or like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider becoming a subscriber. So I saw a headline today and I started thinking about the supply chain disruption during the pandemic. You guys remember when you would go to the grocery stores or you would go to restaurants or other places, they were missing items on the menu at the restaurants, places like Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, all the big box retailers, Target, Walmart and stuff, they were missing things on the shelf. And that was because the ports all around the world were closed down because of the pandemic. Well, now it's heating back up again with the trade war between America and China. As you guys know, we get a lot of stuff shipped to America from China. They make everything, from clothes to luxury handbags, to car parts, everything, furniture. They make everything. And now the shipping containers are starting to pile up in these Chinese ports. They're not shipping to America. And that's what I want to show you guys, because reality hits different for a lot of people once they start seeing that they can't get stuff that they used to get. It says that shipments from Chinese ports slow as U.S. tariffs bites. It goes on to say businessmen in South China report that containers are piling up in Shanghai and Guangdong. It says major ports and foreign trade provinces in China are showing the first signs of disruption from the ongoing tariff war between the world's two largest economies. Virtually no cargo ships were bound for the U.S. by Thursday from once bustling ports in Shanghai and Guangdong, while experts at export factories in provinces that feed China's export empire have ground to a halt. So nothing is moving, guys. These shipping containers are starting to pile up. They're sitting there. It says at warehouses, piles of goods originally intended to be exported to the United States lie abandoned, even as factory floors have come to a standstill in Zhejiang and Guangdong. And so there it is. Here's the second headline from CNBC I want to share with you guys real quick. It says this, trade war fallout, cancellations of Chinese freight shipment, cancellations of Chinese freight ships begin as bookings plummet. And here's a picture of a port yard, and shipping containers just kind of sitting there. It says U.S. importers are being notified of an increase in canceled sailings by freight ships out of China as ocean carriers try to balance the pullback in orders resulting from President Trump's tariffs and the escalation of tensions in the trade war. A total of 80 blank or canceled sailings out of China have been recorded by freight company HLS. It wrote in a recent note to clients that with the trade war between China and the U.S. leading to a demand plummet, carriers have started to suspend or adjust trans-Pacific services. And so expect for that to be a global supply chain disruption, especially to America. As you know, China, it says here, China accounts for approximately 30% of all U.S. containerized imports, but accounts for approximately 54% of all U.S. containerized imports from Asia. So that's a lot stuff that we get from China. I've been warning that you guys should prepare for a long time. It kind of reminds me of the book that I read to you by Ralph Epperson called The New World Order. And it says the New World Order will start chipping away and tearing everything down, nibble by nibble, piece by piece. I will link that video below so you can watch it if you haven't seen it, or maybe you want to watch it again. And that's what Trump is doing. As you know, Trump is an agenda contributor at the World Economic Forum, but so is Xi Jinping from China. So to me, they planned this stuff behind the scenes, along with Klaus Schwab and all the rest of the royal elites, to bring the world down. They're all in this together. They're not really enemies. It's that Hegelian dialectic thing. Behind the scenes, they're friends, they're Freemason brothers from the same bloodlines probably, but in the public eye, they are enemies. So, it's probably a chess game between all of them to bring the world down and start World War III. I just don't want you guys to get hurt by it. That's why I say prepare, seek out the salvation of Christ, and get ready for these things. But some people, they don't see that they're in a pot of water and the heat is being turned up. Remember the analogy of the frog? The frog is in a pot of water, And if you drop a frog in a pot of boiling water, the frog is going to jump out because it's too hot. But if you put a frog in the water and you slowly turn up the heat, by the time the frog realizes it, it has been cooked. And that's what's happening to the American people and people all around the world. You don't realize that you're being cooked, slowly cooked, nibble by nibble, bit by bit, piece by piece, brick by brick. And by the time people realize what's going on, it's going to be too late. You know, people say things like, oh, it's a nothing burger, or nothing is going to happen, nothing never happened before, or things are going to turn around, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. But one day, the ceiling is going to drop. It's going to drop. And when it does, there won't be any food in the stores for you to go and buy at that time. There won't be any generators. There won't be any supplies because, you know, these supplies are being choked off in China. It's best to get it now. I read about some restaurants that are saying that their prices are starting to go up because of the disruption in the supply chain. And inflation is getting ready to come back as well. The Fed is trying to fight inflation, but these trade wars are not making it easy. But again, as I said before, it's all pre-planned. They're going to tank the American economy, you know, right on schedule. You guys just need to prepare, you know, get out there, buy you some supplies, stop waiting to see what's going to happen and prepare now before it's too late. You don't want to be like the frog in the pot and get cooked. You know, reality hits different when they're going to be staring you in the face and there won't be anything that you can do about it. I love you guys. I will come back with more video. May the good Lord continue to bless you and your family.